Alright, so what we're going to do right now is do the cleaning on a Junior, which it's the same for the SD501 and the Platinum and the Junior. And so the first and most important step of this whole process is to turn the power off and unplug the machine. Okay, that is the first step and the last step in this whole process. It's the most important thing, is that this machine does not come on while you're doing the cleaning. And so to avoid it accidentally coming on or anything else, we just unplug it and turn it off. And then you don't have to worry about it accidentally coming on. Okay, then you take this bad boy here and you take, it also has a lid, you take one packet. I've already put some in there. So you just take one packet and pour it in there. Then you take the lid and put it on. Okay? Take this bad boy, it just pops right off this cover. So what I do with this, I just, again, just to show that the machine is being serviced, we just put that back there. Okay. This is where your filter is. So this filter needs to come out. So you'll see right here it says remove. You'll slide this lever till it pops free. And once it pops free, it just pops right out. That filter, I just put that behind the machine, facing up. If you're going to leave it out of the machine for any period of time, you want to put it in the refrigerator. And then you'll see the O-rings. See how this is O-rings at the bottom? That doesn't, because they stayed right in there. So we just got to fish these O-rings out and put that one back on there. Fish that O-ring back out and put it on here. Put that filter out of the way. Then you take this filter. It only goes in one way. Like that. You put this locking back on there. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Right there. And then you'll lock it. Okay, so now that's ready. So next, you just come over here. So we got all that. We got this cleaner cartridge in there. The hoses are still like that. We just turn it on and let water run through the machine for about 10 seconds. Or a few seconds, doesn't matter. Alright, turn it off. Okay, and then now I'm going to pause the video. And we put both of these hoses inside a cup. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. And that's just so that way this makes a hydro lock seal on this machine. And that way when you're doing the cleaning, the stuff can just sit in there. If that seal breaks, then you gotta never mind. I'll show you that in a second. Hold on. Okay, next I just take this and I pop this off. Can you hold that?
Oh, yeah.
Just so I can, just right there. So I just pop this off, and then I'm gonna put a rubber band around these and stick them in this cup, which I'll come back and show you in just a second. Alright, so I got the rubber band on here, and then I just stick it in this jar. And the rubber band is just to hold them together to keep them from trying to pop out, because again, we don't want these hoses to pop out, otherwise it'll lose its suction, and then you'll need to redo it pretty much. So then, machine is off, it's unplugged, the cartridge is in there, the hoses are in this cup, and you just turn on the water and let it fill up the cup for up to the top. Oh, I spilled it. And then you let it sit for at least a few hours. I let them sit overnight. So after the machine is set overnight or for a few hours, this part's really easy. You just take the hoses out. Oops. Take the hoses out. Turn on the water. And let it run for about 10 minutes. Okay, so after it's ran for about 10 to 15 minutes, just turn off the water. Oh. And then you just remove this. Keep in mind, we're still unplugged. At no point was this machine ever plugged in. You just remove the cartridge, take your filter, make sure the O-rings didn't stay in there, which they didn't. Take your filter, put it back on there. Take your ring, put it back on there. Make sure it's nice and level when you're pushing down to tighten it, and it locks. Turn on your water. Make sure it's not leaking, which it's not. And then you let this run for just a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes. And then at that point, you put the cover back on. Plug in your machine. And then you can power it up and start using it just after you let it run for a couple of minutes, and you're good to go. That's how you do the cleaning.